Welcome to Pauper Dicks, where we play Papa Decks. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Do something. Let me know you like this or hate this. I'm reviewing Ice Age today, Pauper people, and let's just get right into it. There's 94 cards to go through. Let's see how many cards they printed for us Pauper players before we even formed as a community. 5 years before. Let's see how many cards they injected into our format that neither us nor them knew existed at the time. So far, the most we've seen is 5 cards out of one set. Can they beat that record? We shall see. So far we have Adhikar Sentinel with a big dud, Armor of Faith, big dud, Aurochs. That is not a dud, that is a playable card in a green or green-red land destruction deck. So one Pauper playable card. Barbed Sextant is really close and brewable but not playable in my opinion. We have to be very strict on this, but Brainstorm is Pauper playable. Balduvian Conjurer and Brian Shaman don't even bother. Although Balduvian Conjurer could be good for Freed from the Real, turning target snow-covered land to a 2/2 creature until end of turn. Cannot be tapped for mana though, so never mind. That doesn't, it's not good for anything that I can think of. Alright, so yeah, we got the Circle of Protections again. Whoopie-doo, reprinted. I thought the core set reprinted. I didn't know expansion sets reprinted. Just, gotta give Wizards shit for doing that the first time. Chubtoad, not playable. Burn Offering, sack a creature to add that creature's casting cost any combination of red or black to mana. That could be useful in a Rakdos build. It's brewable, but not playable. Counterspell, another reprint. Dark Ritual, another reprint. I won't say that these two are playable. They already have been printed in older sets, so let's see what has Ice Age actually given us so far. Aurochs and Brainstorm. Okay, we got 2. Disenchant, another reprint. Trip to the Dead. Power and Tone is actually snow-covered lands you control for 4 or nay. Tap target artifact, creature, or land, or card of your next turn is upkeep. Errantry, or whatever. Target creature gets +3/+0 attack. If that creature attacks, no other creatures can attack this turn. Well, if that card doesn't spell dud, I don't know what did. Essence Flare. Target creature gets +2/+0. During each of its controller's upkeeps, it gets a -0, -1. Even if it's removed. Okay, cool. Not useful. Beer, reprint, Flare. God, that is the biggest dud I've ever seen in my life. First time I saw that card, I was like, why would in the hell would anybody want to pay 3 mana to draw a card and deal 1 damage? Anyway, big dud there, not worth it. Folk of the Pines. Yeah, it's pumpable for 2 mana. It's 5 to play. Yeah, not playable. Foul Familiar, one of the very first cards I ever got as a Magic player in my first Ice Age pack. I think I got the deck box or whatever. There were 75 random assorted cards, and that was one of them, along with Gangrenous Zombies. Fyndhorn Hills, our 3rd Pauper playable card that is not a reprint from another older set. Giant Growth is a reprint, and also kind of not playable, really. It's brewable at best. Ski Patrol is also just brewable. Glacier Wall, 3 for 07. That's actually decent, but I don't know. There's better things you could use, like Mnemonic Wall. But yeah, Gravebind and target creature cannot regenerate. Ooh! Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Hydroblast. There we go, that's 3. We got Hydroblast, Fyndhorn Elves, Brainstorm, and that's 4. Brainstorm, Aurochs, I don't know if we could really call Aurochs playable. I'd say they're more brewable than playable. But Aurochs, Brainstorm, Findhorn, Hydroblast, Icequake. Yeah, that's playable in like sideboards, so we'll just we'll just say 3, okay? Hydroblast, Brainstorm, Aurochs is like just niche. I mean, you can't put it just anywhere. Like Hydroblast is sideboard, but that's like an all-star sideboard card. And I've seen decks that are just like, screw it, I'm gonna run it main board because blue's the only thing that really, or red's the only thing that's messing me up. So Findhorn, Brainstorm, and Hydroblast. I mean, we could just say Findhorn and Brainstorm. Icequake and Hydroblast are sideboard cards, and Aurochs is a main board card, so... But anyway. Illusionary Wall, not really. Cumulative Upkeep, no, it's just flying first strike. It's a wall. Icy Prison. I've never heard of this card. When it comes on player, may target creature from the game, and Icy Prison leaves play, return that creature to play under its owner's control. As though it were just on during your upkeep, destroy Icy Prison. Any player may pay 3 to prevent this. Yeah, not playable. Infuse. Untap target artifact, creature, or land. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Not playable. Incinerate is playable, but really. There's so many other good burn spells. At the time, it was a good burn. I definitely played Incinerate a lot back in the day, but we're going to stay strict here. We're going to say that Hydroblast and Icequake are sideboard cards, and Aurochs is a niche card. For the most part, not really playable. I mean, but yeah, if you were like pulling cards, if you had like in a complete set of Ice Age, I would say go ahead and pull out Icequake, Hydroblast, Brainstorm, Findhorn, Aurochs, you know, all those. And then if obviously you didn't have original Counterspell or Dark Ritual or whatever, maybe even Barb Sextant. So all those could be pulled out, but as far as what you would use in decks mostly, I'd say your Brainstorm and your Findhorn Elves are, Even Findhorn Elves is kind of like, So I guess, whatever. Anyway, moving on. Kildorian Dead comes into play, sack a creature. It's a 3/1. That's pretty decent, but brewable at best. Kildorian Elite Guard, and 4 for a 2/2 that tap gets target creature +2/+2. Looks like another Journey into Nyx creature. Flying, banding, first strike, 2 for 5. No thanks. Krovokian Flesh, another one of the first cards I ever got. And draw a card at the beginning of the upkeep of the turn after it comes into play. Target creature gets +1/+1. That's really dumb. Krovokian Sorcerer, choose and discard a card from your hand to draw a card. If this card discarded was black, draw 2 cards instead of 1. Keep 1 and discard the other. That's actually pretty fucking decent. I like Merfolk Looter though. He only costs 1 in blue, and you don't have to discard a card to draw a card. Legions of Limdol, Snow-Covered Swampwalk. How about just Swampwalk? You know, like that's just, I guess they thought that was going to be a thing that was going to take off. It didn't. Target creature gains first strike until end of turn. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Lightning Blow, 1 white. Not playable. Alright, I'm done reading these cards. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't. I'm going to be yawning the whole time if I do that. Meteor Shower. I didn't even know that was Pauper legal, but it deals X +1 damage divided any way you choose among any number of target creatures and or players. So it's basically another Rolling Thunder. Instead of 2 red and X, it's 2X and red. X +1 divided any way you choose. Whatever. So you take half and you add 1. Misfolk. Counter target spell that targets Misfolk for 1 blue. That's kind of neat. Before hexproof. Yeah. 1/2 for 2. Not playable. Nature's Lore. Not playable. Orcish Conscripts. You mean Goblin Cohort? No. Well, I guess they're kind of playable. You could use those instead of Goblin Cohort, for instance, if you didn't have any. It's basically the same damn thing. But We're going to stick with not playable. Let's see the next 60. Yeah, Orcish Farmer. Target land becomes a swamp. That's cool if you're playing a swamp walk set of creatures. This is brewable. But for sure, we got Finhorn, Brainstorm, and Aurochs. Lumberjack is playable in one deck. Or use Wall of Vines or something, I think. It's like an Orcish Lumberjack deck. I have it printed on my tapped out account. You can search for it there. The link is in the description below. Panic. Target creature cannot block this turn. Cast only during combat before defense is chosen. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Alright. It's instant though, so why does it have to be only during before combat? It's like, don't cheat now. Don't let them block with their biggest blocker and tell them, oh, instant, can't block. In response to you blocking, I'm going to tell you can't block. Oh, sorry, it says you can't do that. Wow. Like, what's the point of you might as well just call it a sorcery. Phantasmal Mount. 1 and a blue. Flying 1/1. Target creature you control, which has toughness less than 3, gains flying and gets +1/+1. Until end of turn. Other effects may later be used to increase that creature's toughness beyond 3. If Phantasmal Mount leaves play before end of turn, bury the creature. If the creature leaves play before end of turn, bury Phantasmal Mount. I'm confused and I don't want to play with Phantasmal Mount. Portent. Hey, it's like another Brainstorm, except you can do it to your opponent. I think that's playable, but because it's never seen much Pauper play, it's only brewable. Power Sink, we've already talked about it. It's been used or printed before. Pyroblast is a sideboard card, so it's definitely another one of those. It's playable. I mean, whatever. So we got Hydroblast, Pyroblast, Brainstorm, Aurochs, and Finhorn Elves so far. I'm just going to go ahead and just go to, snow-covered island land. All the snow-covered lands are obviously good for Scred, and that's it. Snow Devil, not playable. And Songs of the Damned, playable in one-eyed, or one land spy deck. Okay, so I guess that's like 6 cards. Stone Rain was reprinted. Tinderwall, that's the wall. Yeah, Tinderwall and Orcish Lumberjack go together real good. Bringing out some, why can't I ever, Blastoderm. It's a good deck. Uses Tinderwall, Blastoderm, and Orcish Lumberjack, along with a bunch of other stuff. Thermocast goes right along with Thermokarst, goes right along with Aurochs, so that's a playable card too. So now we got Tinderwall, Thermokarst, Songs of the Damned, Hydro, Pyro, Brainstorm, and Zern Spellcaster, the other Timmy. He's brewable and neat. I love that card. It's old. One of the other original cards. I got Words of Undoing. Return target creature to owner's hand. Return any white enchantment you on that creature to your hand. Wow. That probably never happened. I guess pacifism. Yeah. Anyway. Thanks for watching. So yeah, Ice Age introduced us to Thermokarst, Tinderwall, Songs of the Damned. That's 3. Pyro, that's 4. Orcish Lumberjack, 5. Well, I think this might be the biggest Pauper set we've seen to date. Actually, I don't know. But as far as old sets go, this definitely has it's definitely got the most Pauper cards printed in it that are definitely playable. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we can call Icequake 5. I'm being a little nice. Come on, phone. We were just on that page. 5, 6, 7, I'm not counting the lands, guys. I'm sorry. 8, 9, 10. 10 Pauper playable cards from Ice Age. 8 if you don't count the sideboard, or 7 if you don't count the sideboard cards. So there you go. We could definitely say 7 cards. Anywho, thanks for watching. That was my review of Ice Age for Pauper cards.